Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss three potential characters who could be the opening kill in Scream 7. Now, these characters I'll suggest make perfect sense to be killed in the opening of the movie in terms of how they could impact the storyline of the film. So, now that we know Scream 7 is official, it is time to start thinking about how our new director, Christopher Landon, will be putting his own stamp and fingerprint on the franchise. And if you think about it, that all begins with the opening kill of Scream 7. Let's go!
Hey guys, I'm Max Laferriere. I played Ghostface in Scream 6, and you're watching Craven Something Scary.
So I have given this some thought, and I have settled in on three characters that I would choose from to be the opening kill in Scream 7. And rather it be a new random character like we saw in Scream 6 with the amazing Samara Weaving, I feel it's a much stronger impact on us as the audience, and even more of an impact on the surviving characters of the storyline of the movie if it is characters already established and who we already know. So, with that in mind, let's begin with my third choice for the opening kill victim in Scream 7. And number 3 is Danny Brackett. Now, Danny was the only survivor in Scream 6 of all of the new characters that they introduced. And he was a great character in the movie as far as being Sam's boyfriend. He was a good red herring. And he also was very protective of Sam. And it was nice to see her with that kind of treatment that we haven't seen in a love interest since Derek with Sydney in Scream 2, where he was super caring of Sydney, super protective of her. And this is very similar here. I mean, I'll never forget the subway scene with Danny when that ghost face is approaching and they're all looking at them get closer and closer and closer. And what does Danny do? He actually steps up right in front of Sam as they approach. And actually, they were obviously not really the ghost face. They left the train or the subway car. But the point is, he displayed all those characters that make him look to be a really nice guy, a really good boyfriend for Sam. Now, I've made other videos here talking about how I also think there could be a darker side to Danny that they kind of teased here and there, and we'll see if they cash in on that in 7. But in this scenario, I think he would be a good opening kill because it's going to affect Sam in a very powerful way. She loses Danny right at the beginning of this movie, so she's going to be extremely invested in what's happening and wanting to get to the bottom of it. So she's clearly, the motive's there for her to be involved because they've come after him, and she'll blame herself. And, you can see the whole thing play out. So there could be some interesting story twists and turns if Danny is eliminated in the opening of Scream 7. So as of right now, he's my third choice, but there's a couple that I like even better to be in the opening, right? To be the opening kill, because I think the impact's going to be greater. And let's move to number 2. Let's get on with it. So number 2, my second candidate for who I think would be a powerful opening kill is Mindy Meeks. Yes, one of the members of the Core 4 is eliminated in the opening 15 minutes of the movie. And I think honestly, guys, I think we need this because in Scream 5, right, they killed Dewey, which I still don't agree with, but that's neither here nor there. But they did that, as they said, to raise the stakes. And then Scream 6 comes, and I love Scream 6. I mean, it's really good. It's a lot better than 5, in my opinion. But here's the thing. all those stakes that they rose and brought up from 5, they took them all down in 6. They destroyed them all. The stakes went back down to nothing. Because why? Because nobody of any significance died. Everyone lives in 6. The core 4 survive, Gale survives, Kirby survives. And so basically they undid what they had started to build in 5. They didn't cash in on it in 6, which I was expecting. So we get a great, happy ending for everybody. And that's all right. But I would have much have preferred to see some more, at least 2 other people from that list not make it through 6. It would have kept the stakes up and kept us really on our toes going into these movies. Well, here we are with 7. Now we have a new director, Christopher Landon. Now we don't know what his impact's going to be on the writing. All indications right now is that James and Guy will return to write Scream 7. However, keep in mind, Christopher Landon has a writing background. He has written a lot of stuff. And I could see him easily being kind of a third party, like a third writer in this. Or if nothing else, he gets the script and he's like, no, this isn't going to work. Why don't we change this? At least maybe push back a little bit, if nothing else, to James and Guy on some of the inconsistencies that we've seen in the past. That I don't know if they were challenged or not. I kind of doubt it because they're still in the movie. But I'm hoping that Christopher, with his experience, he's a lot more seasoned, he's been around a lot longer with these films than Radio Silence. So I hope he will, with his writing background, that he'll speak up if James and Guy writes something that just, is filled with plot holes. So my thinking is, let's do this thing. Christopher Landon raised the stakes from the beginning of the movie, put his stamp on it. Let us see that we are back to, some serious stakes back in the game. And if you kill off Mindy Meeks in the beginning, one of the core 4 is gone right up front. And now we're already down to 3. And so everybody potentially can be killed. Anyway, no one's safe. And that's what I want to feel when I'm watching a Scream movie. Especially with these new group, let's see that tension, that anticipation. I want that back. 6 didn't really have it because everyone made it, so it just took it away. So anyway, Mindy Meeks, I think, is a great choice to be that opening kill. And look how it would affect Chad. I mean, his sister, and would be gone. And again, the core 4, they're all super tight friends, so it would affect everybody in a huge way. And I would love to see Chad on a tear, like just going after Ghostface, because we know he fights. He's a fighter in 6. And could you imagine him in 7 trying to avenge his sister's death? That would be powerful. So anyway, guys, that's my number 2 choice for the opening kill. Now, my number 1 choice, there are some reasons behind this. One of them is regarding the story, and one is outside of the story. But when I tell you this name, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, if this happens, talking about raising the stakes, this is blowing the roof off the house, because my number 1 choice for the opening kill right now for Scream 7 is Tara Carpenter. Yes, Tara Carpenter, guys. I love Jenna Ortega, and so does everybody else, and that's part of the problem. She is so booked up and busy, and with Scream 7, once the strikes are over, the word around is that Paramount and Spyglass wants to move fast. Like, they want to go full throttle to make Scream 7. They want it out by the fall of next year. And that's super aggressive. I don't even know if they're going to be able to make that. It depends when the strike ends. But here's the thing. When that strike ends, guess what? Beetlejuice 2 resumes filming. That's Jenna Ortega. Wednesday season 2 resumes filming. That's Tara. So she's going to be doing 2 projects already. Is she really going to have time to do 6-7 weeks of shooting for Scream 7? I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I will say this: I don't think it's probable. I think it's more likely that she has to turn down the role. And then we've got this situation with Sam and Tara, in the movie at least. And so we don't want to start this movie. What I don't want to see is if they can't get Tara back for a full movie, I don't want to have them start the film and say, oh, you know, like Tara died off screen, or she's out of town or something. What I would like to see is finding a way to say, look, Tara, if you can't come back and be in the movie for the full shoot, let's get her back for 2 days, 3 days max, somewhere in her schedule. And let's just film an opening kill sequence, 10 minutes sequence. And she's killed off in the opening. We see it, because that would be much more powerful than just saying it off screen. We need to see that, because Tara and Sam are really what we're, you know, for many are most invested in. But that's the real life reason why I think Tara makes a lot of sense. I think if they're able to get her back, it may just be a couple of days, maybe 3, so they can just shoot that opening. Now, going back to the storyline, the impact of Tara on Sam being lost, it would be crushing beyond anything else you can imagine. Think about this. We already saw in 6, and even at the end of 5, but especially in 6, how Sam is an umbrella sister. She is so obsessed with protecting Tara, keeping her safe. That's like what drives Sam. Now, if this opening kill happens with Tara, can you imagine what's going to happen in this movie? Because Sam will not have been able to protect Tara, the one thing that's driving her. She's lost her sister now, and she is going to be feeling so guilty, self-induced guilt for not being there to save her. All those things are going to be there. And we already know Sam struggles with her inner Billy Loomis, or inner Loomis, and how she struggles with that dark side. This would push her completely over the edge. And I think what we would see in Sam is the most brutal and aggressive she's ever been towards a ghost face. And we've seen her be amazing with Detective Bailey and with Richie in 5. My favorite kills from each of those films were from Sam. So my thought is, this would be not only jaw-dropping for the audience and for the characters in shock, this especially would put Sam on a track. It would put her on this road of revenge. Revenge, all of it mixed together. And it could make for an incredibly interesting movie. And I think that, honestly, Christopher Landon and the writers, they could take this to some very dark places. So I really hope that, if it can't, let me say it this way. I want Tara to be in the movie. I really enjoyed Jenna Ortega's character. However, if Jenna cannot return for the film, then this is my number one choice. I want to happen. I want Tara to show up. Let's get Jenna in there for a couple days, just shoot this opening, knock it out. And then we see Tara killed in the first 10, 15 minutes. And it would be a tone setter. And can you imagine the tone Christopher Landon would be setting? His first Scream film, and he puts his fingerprint on this movie from the beginning with killing Tara Carpenter. That would be, man, what a way to start your career with Scream, into the franchise. So that's my number one choice, guys. And those are my top 3 choices for opening kills. And we'll see what happens. We got a long way to go here. We'll find out once the strike is over, who some new cast members will be. And this could change as we get moving forward. But right now, this is where I'm landing at with my top 3 for the opening kill of Scream 7. All right, guys, listen, I want to know what you think about one of these 3 characters being the opening kill. Are you on board with that? Which one of these 3 would you want to see be the opening kill, and why? Leave your thoughts and ideas and any theories about this you have in the comments section below, because I really want to see what you're thinking about and who you would choose from these 3 characters. Well, that's going to be all for this update, but as always, I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.